Trinity, thank you so much for the kind introduction. And thank you to Girls Inc., both for this honor and for the incredible work you do supporting and empowering girls everywhere, every day. So today, Girls Inc. is honoring a Tony Award winner who you've heard from, an Ivy League professor of planetary astrophysics, a movie star, and me. So, you may ask, why am I here? Is it not obvious? I am the diversity in this group. I am the person with a regular job. It's not glamorous, it's not public, but it does create opportunities for me to support the mission of Girls Inc. every day, and I'd like to tell you how. So if you'll indulge a quick story, my mother was a teacher in the New York City public school system for her entire career, and in that time she taught hundreds, if not thousands, of New York City kids. More than once, when we were out, maybe shopping or on our way to some appointment or something, we were stopped on the street or in a store by a young person, often a young woman, who would approach shyly with a quiet, "Mrs. Stevens?" before going on to thank my mother for changing their life. This happened more than once. And I always thought it was amazing to teach someone something or to touch them in a way that stayed with them forever. Even during my contrary teen years, I admired that. I actually thought it was pretty cool. I also thought, no one I work with is ever gonna say something like that to me. So in the course of my career, I've managed to accumulate some success. I've held some challenging roles at some challenging institutions, and I've picked up a couple of things that I think are worth sharing and that may, perhaps, change some lives. First, confidence can be a currency we can share. When your confidence is flagging, you can borrow someone else's, and you can lend your confidence to someone to help them succeed. So early in my career in finance, I had many moments of self-doubt. I'd sweat over financial models late into the night, wondering how I, someone who would soon be described by a mentor and friend who is in the audience as very analytical but not at all quantitative, was going to be able to run the numbers for big transactions where hundreds of millions of dollars would change hands. Or perhaps even worse, how I would go to a presentation with a bunch of senior bankers to talk to a client about said numbers. Then I would remind myself, my colleagues believed I could do it, or they wouldn't have asked me to price the deal, to speak at the presentation, to take the promotion. Their confidence gave me confidence. It gave me the push to ask for jobs I wasn't quite ready for, and to do those jobs well when I got them. It helped me take risks, make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and do things better next time. Their confidence gave me confidence. Now that I'm more experienced, more senior, I'm able to do this for others, to shore up the confidence with some of my own, to offer that nudge when someone's just starting out, support them when they're unsure of their abilities, to give somebody an early chance to step into a leadership role, to see possibilities, to change, to advance, even if that means doing something uncomfortable. To see potential, to see people the way they may not yet see themselves. That's the power of lending your confidence to someone, and it can be truly transformative. This is where I can change people's lives. They may not come up to me on the street, but I have been reminded that I've given people some meaningful advice, and occasionally I've gone to some very eventful coffees where people have said thank you to me. So for all of you senior folks in the room, please think about a young lady you know who could use some borrowed confidence, and when you leave this lunch, go back, make some things happen for them. So that's the first thing. Confidence can and should be shared. Here's the second thing, and this is mostly to the girls in the room. Be a serious person, but don't take yourself too seriously. Be a serious person. Commit to your goals. Stay true to your values. Keep your word. Try new things. Make mistakes, learn from them, push through the tough moments. Be someone who's willing to change things, to go out on a limb, to make a difference. If you need some inspiration, there's a moment during the final episode of the final season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer that has always spoken to me and feels even more resonant now. And as you can see by this reference, I do not take myself too seriously. So, Buffy is speaking to a group of potential slayers, all young women who are about to go to battle with an ultimate evil. Over the course of the speech, the girls in the room and girls all over the world find their power. I mean, it gives me the shivers. Okay, so this is what she says. So here's the part where you make a choice. In every generation, one slayer is born because a bunch of men who died thousands of years ago made up that rule. They were powerful men. This woman is more powerful than all of them combined. So I say we change the rule. I say my power should be our power. From now on, every girl in the world who might be a slayer will be a slayer. Every girl who could have the power will have the power. Can stand up, will stand up. Slayers, every one of us. We just need to be bold and be smart and be strong. So thank you.